All right. What's up? It's your boy Dwell, aka Mr. J, coming at you sideways with another episode of Las Different Voices. Hopefully, everybody's having a good one, a good day, a good Wednesday. The sun is out. I'm happy that the sun is out. And aquí estamos en la casa today with Angie from the Mccharmlys, right?
The Mccharmlys.
Mccharmlys. Sorry.
Hey, guys.
I do get a little confused with the Charlie.
Close enough.
I have to go look it up. I'm like, what is it?
The Mccharmlys, like charming?
Mccharmlys.
Like the Mccharmlys.
Charlie. I gotta
Close
read
enough.
I gotta read it.
Charmlys.
Charmlys. There you go.
Yeah,
there you
Mccharmlys.
go. I always have to read it to make sure I say it right.
All good.
Even when I tell somebody, because I've been telling people,
yeah.
I'm gonna have the Mccharmlys coming over. Have you heard of that group? I've told like 3-4 of my friends. They're like, no, but I'm like, oh well, they're coming over and should check them out, you know.
Thank you. Gracias.
But I have to look it up to make sure I pronounce it right.
Yeah,
How you doing?
It's a funny name. It's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Angie, right?
Yeah,
Angie.
yeah.
I didn't get your full name, but if you don't mind, what's your full
Me
name?
llamo Angelica. So my full name is Angelica. Angelica or Angelica, however you decide to.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah. Nice name. Like it.
Thank you, Luis.
But how was traffic for you coming by?
Not too shabby.
You're local, right?
I'm local. I work pretty close by too, so it's like easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not too terrible.
Well, I want to thank you again for coming by. I really appreciate it. I know you probably have a busy schedule, but you're here, and thank you once again. I really appreciate it. It makes me happy, you know. I get like a little. I've said this before, but I get like a little rush when someone's coming. Like excited to get on.
Well, thank you for having me.
Interview people, you know. I was thinking some of your friends were gonna make it, but you said they couldn't make it. So
yeah, everyone's busy. So half of us are from Santana, which is like David, myself, and then our drummer claims Santana because he's always around here, even though he's technically from Covina. And then Eddie and Carlos are from East Los, so East Los Angeles, from like the city of Bell. So they're kind of far.
Oh, okay.
But
so yeah, it'd be hard for them to make it, but it's still kind of the same type of environment, I bet, as right here, right?
For
them, no?
Yeah, maybe. Kind of.
Maybe. Yeah. But like I said, thank you once again, you know, and I hope you have a good time here. I saw that you performed this weekend. How was that?
Yeah, we performed, I think, on Thursday at the House of Blues.
Oh, nice.
So that was really cool. It wasn't the main stage, but it was the foundation room. So it's like this little
in Anaheim or where?
In Anaheim, yeah. It's like technically it's the VIP room. It's really nice. They have like a full cocktail bar. They got food.
Nice.
It was packed. I saw a lot of familiar faces. It was a good time.
Nice. Like I was surprised. Like I said, I know we spoke about this earlier, but I was surprised. Thanks to the Downtown Santana Instagram page, I saw them post you up, and I looked you up, and I saw it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna hit them up.
Gracias.
And I checked your music out. I really like it. Like I was telling you, it surprised me. I'm like, I don't really hear. I'm an oldie guy, you know. I like oldies. I grew up on oldies and all kinds of music, but definitely oldies has played a major part in my life since I was a kid because of my family. But it surprised me to hear there's actually a band like that here in Santana, you know?
Yeah, that's so cool.
It is cool. It is cool. I like that.
Yeah, I was also kind of brought up on that stuff, a lot of old school music. I mean, when you're raised in Santana, I feel like you hear it a lot in the streets. So it's nice that I don't know, that my own people could be proud of us and happy that, like, hey, desde Santana también hay gente que sí sabe y sí conoce, and here they are, doing some cool stuff. That's nice.
How did you get into that style, first of all, you know, into playing that style? Because how do you get, like, how do you say we're going to play this kind of music, you know? How did, or tell us a little bit, like, we'll backtrack a little bit. How long have you been singing for?
Ooh, singing. I've been singing since I was like, I don't know, 9, 10. I've been singing for a long time. And I used to be like a part of this academy that did a lot of different arts. So like I actually got properly trained by a teacher, how to like sing, how to model, how to do a few different things, like doing voiceovers and all that. And then little by little, I started off doing mariachi music, you know, singing in un grupo de mariachi.
That's cool.
And then I just grew up, and I don't know. I just started writing songs. Like I've been writing since I was like 8. I've been writing longer than I've been singing, simply because I don't know. I just had a very big imagination. I didn't have any siblings.
Oh, okay.
And I really liked the radio, and that's all I had. So I just wrote down a bunch of dumb stuff.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
De ahí nació todo. Pero the love for the oldies is just my friends, like the group that I'm with. I think everybody is very heavily influenced with that kind of music and that style, especially our drummers. Like, he won't play anything that's not considered like 50s or 60s, like vintage retro sound doo-wop, you know. But yeah, it's fun.
Because your style is based on what, like 60s?
Yeah, it's like 50s, 60s. But I like a lot of things. I feel like we're all pretty eclectic, but I don't know, just something about that like classic sound is really fun to emulate.
Do you base your style también like on old Spanish music or no?
Yes, absolutely. I love Jose Jose.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love like Leodan and all those Agustin Lara, like all those de la época de oro.
Oh, okay.
I love that stuff.
I know a lot of them, and I know a lot of songs, and I listen to a lot of people, and I know I'm familiar with those guys, but I can't put my head on their songs. Just when they play, I know who it is, you know.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's cool. And how did you so you write your own music?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
How did you get into that? Like poems? Yeah, you said it when you were young, but how did it start? Like,
I don't know. I just had a longing to like write. Just like I've always liked music. Like, that's been a way that my parents could shut me up in the car. Was like, oh, this she'll shut up if we like turn up the radio or something, or you know. I don't know. Just something that I was born with. Even to this day, my mom tells me, like, ever since I was in her stomach, like, I would kick, or I would like, just like anytime I would listen to music, like I'd start like moving around.
You'd be dancing in there?
I guess, apparently. And then cuando nací and they put me in the stroller, they would take me to Swami, nomás estaba ahí con la patita. Yeah, it's just something that I was born with it. I can truly say that I love it, and I can't help it. It's just part of me.
Are your parents are you like first generation, or your parents from Mexico, or where
my parents are from Mexico. My mom is from Guadalajara, from Jalisco.
Okay.
And mi papá is de Nayarit, de Tepic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were they raised here, or how did they influence you with all these?
Yeah, well, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't.
They didn't. My parents.
Said it was your friends.
My parents are so opposite. Yeah, they nomás me dejaban allí con el radio, and then I just liked it. I just liked what I liked. I found a couple cassettes, and I was like, what is this? And I would play it. Yeah. Just stuff that I stumbled upon because I was a curious child, but nothing that they were really like, check this. Well, mi mamá me ponía como...
No música de limpiar, right?
No. She wasn't like that. Because my mom's a little bit younger, so she liked like all the, like Ezequiel Peña, which is the lead singer of ¿cómo se llama? O sea, Vallarta Show. Have you heard of that? No.
Maybe I have. I do listen to a lot of music, but sometimes I don't pay attention to their names, you know.
They're not corridos, but it's como
norteñas.
Algo así.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. I really dig it. You know, I really dig the style that you guys bring. That you bring. You know what surprised me? I'll be honest too. Like, I'm like in a position right now, like where it's like I'm taking a break from all these. Not that that's all I listen to. Don't get me wrong, but then it's like Pandora turns on and I just push shuffle, and sometimes I skip the jams. I'm like, not right now. But when I started listening to your music, I actually played one of the. I think you only have one album.
I have one album out so far. Yeah.
One album, okay. Because my mom lives far. My mom lives. It's like an hour and a half drive, and I played the whole album. And I was like, man, I haven't felt like this for music in a long time, you know?
Oh.
I really haven't. It reminded me, like, the way you sing, too, is cool. It reminded me of Rosie, you know, from the originals.
Stop. That's crazy.
Like, your voice, your sound, you know? Like it hit my soul, it hit the soul, you know? So,
Thank
I'm like,
you.
this is dope. Because I've met Rosie, too. I met her when I was younger. And it's just like, this reminds me of that type of music, you know? Like, from the soul. So
thank you. Well, I will say that all these songs are songs that really came out of like the fire. Like I was kind of going through some stuff. had a couple experiences, and this album means a lot to me because, like, it's not just nonsense. Like, I don't really like to put, you know, my stuff out there, but with this music, it's very vulnerable. It's very like I genuinely felt a certain way about everything. So it's nice that people like it. It's nice. It's kind of scary that people know like what I'm singing about now, or people like pay attention. Like, what does that mean? Oh my gosh! I'm like, nah, don't listen to it. But listen to it.
I kind of figured too. I'm like, I wonder if she's writing about like her, you know? Like,
oh yeah, totally. I'm very vulnerable in that sense.
Because it's really good. I really like the music. And then like I said, it surprised me. I'm like, I like supporting raza, you know? I've always been like that. Even like, I'm in the music. I'm real into the, like, all music, but like Chicano rap is one thing I'm into, you know? I like all forms of rap. But even like, okay, that guy's not the greatest rapper, but he's doing something, you know? I don't care if he sounds a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like, he's trying, you know? And I support that, you know? I always try my best, especially from Santana. You know? Even I have friends that rap, and it's like, okay, you're not that good, but hey, do your thing, bro. Like, I'm not hating,
there's so many good rappers here. Have you heard of Frosty?
I followed her, but
Frosty's
I don't know who she
badass.
is.
Frosty's cool. Frosty. I like this girl named Sammy Love, I think is her name. Shout out to all the Santaneras doing it right.
That's right. You're and on top of that, you're putting it on the map for all those Santaneras too, you know? Because there's a lot of movement. I've had a lot of women here. I don't know if you've heard of I have a lady lowrider, Muñeca. She built her own lowrider. She's half black, half Mexican. I brought her in here. I brought Alicia, you know, she's artist here in Santana and known in the downtown area too.
Just ring a bell, you know? But I'm sure she's badass.
Cynthia, she's a journalist here in Santana, based out of Santana. So I brought different people in here, and
very cool.
You're another voice. I call it as different voices. I don't know if we talked about this.
Yes.
So I like showcasing too the female voice, you know, the lady's voice, woman's voice. I don't even know how to say it sometimes. Female, woman, lady.
Women, ladies.
Girls.
Mujeres.
But yeah, mujeres. And that's cool because también tienen una voz, you know. Tienen una voz and you could talk to the young ladies out there también que están escuchando and want to do what you're doing or something else, you know.
Yeah.
So props to you on what you're doing. So you only have one album, you said, right?
So far.
In
with this band.
With that band. Okay, so because you told me you play mariachi too. How was that?
I used to back in the day.
Sing for mariachi, right?
Yeah. I used to sing back in the day. It was hard. It was hard porque ese estilo es como un poco diferente. You really have to know how to control your vocals, and I feel like I can project a little bit better when I'm singing, you know, canciones en español. Especialmente la música mariachi, like that stuff is so it's so, you feel it very much, and it's, I don't even know how to express it.
No, I listen to a lot of mariachi, so I know what you mean.
You know?
It hits it's from the soul también.
Yeah.
You know? I got laid into mariachi maybe like 7-8 years ago. I got laid into it, but I fell in love with it.
It's beautiful.
I don't know what I was going through at the time. But I was painting, you know. I'm a painter. I paint.
Nice.
Well, I do everything, but one of my main trades is painting. And I was just painting by myself, and I just started putting mariachi on and from there I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
You see, now that you put that together, se mira pues que like, sí te queda pues el mariachi.
Oh, I love it. Sometimes we'll go to like Mission Bar. You know that Mission has open mic nights, so like. Sometimes that's a good place to grab a mic and be like, a ver, ¿quieren llorar? No.
That's where you practice every once in a while?
Once in a while. I don't go out too much anymore because I am a little bit busy, and honestly, like the bar scene isn't really something I want to really be a part of. Yeah. But once in a while, ahí me pierdo.
See? What else do you, I mean, besides singing, how much, we'll get to that, but how much time do you spend writing music, singing with your band?
Oh my gosh. Any moment I can, which is very difficult because I spend most of my day working at my normal job. So it's my normal job to sustain what I love to do. So I'm a professional photographer / videographer by day. Okay. And then by night, I'm either doing chores, cleaning up the house, attempting to write something. Like that's all in between. Like I'll come home from lunch and I'll see the guitar and I'll be like, okay, let's
Oh, so you play the guitar too?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
What instruments? What else? What other instruments?
I play the bass. I play guitar. Right now, I'm experimenting with a little bit of percussion with my other band. I'm in another band called Oralia, which is also based out of Santana, and we sing more of like jazzy bossa nova kind of stuff. So
that's cool.
I'm working on the guido and the like the son como palitos that you just like hit together, but they have a really nice sound. I think it's not the clave. It's like called something else.
Send me all later on. Send me those names of your band and your friend's band that you said is gonna play in downtown this Saturday.
Valley Rats.
Valley Rats. Alley Rats.
Valley Rats.
Valley Rats. Okay.
Valley Rats. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Like I said, that makes me happy seeing, cause I do hang out. Like I said, I like in my own crowd, with my own people. I'm kind of like in my own world every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I guess I hang out with a certain group so much that no se nota que I listen to other stuff, you know? But you're busy, I guess, huh? That you're multi-talented.
Yeah.
How did you get into instruments?
Another thing that I don't know. I just wanted to play guitar.
Okay.
I was like, to accompany all this writing stuff, I'd like to be able to play something with it. And so I begged my mom. I was like, please give me guitar lessons. She's like, okay, but you can't quit. I was like, okay. So me llevó, and I got a couple lessons. My teacher just taught me like the basic chords, which is like G, C, D, E. Like I just learned everything on the internet. So if you go to ultimateguitar.com, like you can find any song or almost every song, and then you can click the little letter, and it shows you where to place your fingers. So from there, I just kind of try to memorize things. Watched a lot of YouTube videos on strumming and picking and all this stuff, and just learned like that.
Yeah, YouTube teaches you a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
So everything, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now that you're I saw, I've been going into your Instagram también, and I saw your post about the night you were playing at. Y sí, pues ya que me acuerdo, pues sí estabas tocando la guitarra right there, huh?
Yeah. I play rhythm.
Oh,
There's 3 guitar players, but I
3?
play rhythm, yeah. And then we have a lead guitar player, which is David, who plays in the Valley Rats. And then we have another guy, his name is Eddie, super, super talented. He plays the 12-string guitar. Mm-hmm. So he adds a different kind of flair. Like everybody has their place and their position. So I'm more like the warmer, basic bass line kind of thing. David is lead, and then Eddie, my third guitar player, is like the twinkly sound.
Oh, okay. So is there a bass player?
There is a bassist, yeah, and there's a bassist, and there's a drummer. So we're kind of a big band.
No keyboard?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Are you planning to get a keyboard?
Maybe. We were kind of jamming with this other guy, hoping to have him on board, but it's a lot of work. It's a big band. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Do you practice? Like, where do you meet up to practice?
Downtown Santa Ana. We practice on 5th Street. So if you go on Broadway and 5th Street, there's like a whole row of just studios. So we'll practice back and forth there, like down 5th.
Where Fallas Paderes is at? Or used to be?
No, 5th Street.
4th, 5th is
5th Vasi. It's
where
it's where there's a new taco place there called Bandito Taqueria, creo.
Because I know antes había un like salvadoreño place.
It's the West End. It was called the West End back in the day, or not back in the day, probably like a year or 2 years ago. The West End, and then they changed it, but it's like literally a whole street of 5th Street. That's just, well, not the whole street, but like a little chunk of it is just all studios.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of that over there now, huh? In downtown. Yeah, I went to one of my friends. I don't know if you're familiar with him, Mike Hempstead.
Sounds familiar. No.
He's like a Mexican guy with dreads and stuff like that. So we went to a studio down like under the Fallas Paderes building. I was like, oh shoot, this is here. I didn't even know that. I don't know if you're familiar with Fallas Paderes.
I think they changed it. I think it's something else. It's like El Vaquero now. No.
I don't know. It's not Fallas Paderes. Fallas Paderes was before everything started changing.
Yeah. Before the switch up.
Yeah, before the switch up, because it's changing big time. You know, it's cool. I like it.
It's nice. It's not the same, but it's nice. Yeah. And I mean, everything changes, so I understand.
It's part of life. Yeah.
It's part of life.
I got napkins if you want napkins. Are you cool with that? Like if you get hot or something?
I'm chilling.
Okay.
I don't even sweat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's changing. I don't know how, if you don't mind me, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
they said don't ask. Because you look young. If you don't mind me
Thank
asking
you.
how old you are.
I like to tell people I'm 22.
22.
I'm not 22.
22. Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
because you do look young.
Thank
you.
you. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna be like, I'm 22. I'm
22. What do you think of the scene? Like, you being from Santana, like, especially
scene.
everything in Santana, you know, that's a question I don't really ask too many people, you know. I don't know, from when you were younger to now, where do you think it's going?
Yeah.
Especially being a lady and then in the music scene.
Mm-hmm. I came into the scene, when I was like 21.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. This is a while ago. But I came into the scene when I was like 21 last year. And I met a lot of people that I really enjoyed. Like, when I started coming out, I used to know this band called China Woman that was from Santana. They're no longer playing anymore. But China Woman, the Hurricanes, I really like Apollo Bebop. They're from Santana too. They're amazing. If you like rap with a little jazz, they are the best.
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, Brian, all those guys, amazing.
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, but I think it's changed a lot. The scene is very different now. Now it's like a different wave. It's a different time. There was a band called the Beach Stones. I think there is a band called the Beach Stones that are from Santana as well. A band called Shirley Temple that's doing really great things. There's a lot of cool bands. What's the other guy's name? Tequila, I think it's called, or
okay, no, I haven't.
Or Tequila. No, I'm not sure what they're called, but everyone is. It's still alive and well, but I think that the scene is way more than just where I'm at. Because, like I said, I've slowly started to also realize that there's other people that do other things, like the Cool Project, which is full of a lot of artists that rap and just do poetry, and they're amazing. I'm just like, damn, where'd you come from? I didn't even know this existed. Yeah. So you'll be surprised. I don't really even feel like I know enough to even say anything, but I think it's a beautiful thing when you do run into it, when you do see all these people in Santana following their dreams and just talking to one another. I think it's very important that we build a community together and we acknowledge one another and just respect one another as artists and as individuals, and bring each other up, especially when we're from the same city. How beautiful it is to see our people do something more. That's what
I'm digging right now, you know. That whole, even in the, like I said, I follow that's one of the things I do follow, not the only, but Chicano rap. I just like throwing the Chicano rap scene out there because back then when I was younger, it was more of a hater thing. Chicano rappers couldn't rap with each other. It was more of a gang thing. You get it? Yeah. That's what it was promoted, and they would, it was more of a gang thing. Now it still is, but it's more like you see other rappers working with other rappers, even if they're from different gangs or different cities, and it's now let's make money together, and I like that.
It's a business. I mean, it's not only is it a business, but you also gotta respect the hustle. You know what it's like to have to go through all these hurdles and all these obstacles, being where you're from, being judged by other people, or there's so many things that come with it. So it's enough with the hate. If you're really going to spend your time doing something, might as well just be focusing on yourself, and while you're at it, just be supportive. No te cuesta nada. Literally, no te cuesta nada. And if you're seen some sort of way because you're, I don't know, not hating on somebody else, think about it. Think about it. It's weird.
Yeah, that and that's what I like. That's what I like, and I like seeing different styles of everything too. Because a lot of the people, maybe it's just me, but for some reason, when they talk about Chicanos, they talk about gangs. Gangsters, lowriders. Which is a scene I'm kind of into. Well,
I love lowriders.
That's what I grew up in. But like I said, I'm open to everything. That's just how I was raised, because of my parents, but I you remind me. I don't know are you into that, Chicana?
Yeah,
pride,
absolutely.
Being proud, because that hat reminds me. I like your hat.
Thank you.
It reminds me of a type of brown beret type hat.
I'm a warrior. Yeah.
And then your earrings. It's okay, you come in with your own style, but at the same style, you're incorporating.
Of course.
Our culture,
Yeah, the hoops, I feel like it's such a Like, I'm very proud to be a Latina.
Yeah.
And not just that, a female Latina. My parents worked their asses off to get to where I am at now. And why not, you know, be me through and through? Why not wear the things that I want to wear and, you know, speak however I want to speak? Which is interesting because I was raised, you know, going to private schools, getting a private education. I really never lacked anything. And I feel like a lot of other artists who come out of Santa Ana have struggled tremendously. And I've always kind of been ridiculed for that. Like, oh, tú no sabes lo que es sufrir. You know, you got everything handed to you. It's like, no, I didn't. I absolutely did not. Whatever it looks like to you, I did not. If anything, I saw how hard my parents worked. I saw the struggle, and I heard about, you know, how it is. I've met so many of my friends who have been through, like, just terrible situations, and they're kind enough to share those experiences with me. I may not understand firsthand what it's like, but tampoco, that's not my fault. You know, my parents did whatever they could, however they did it, to give me the life that they, you know, wanted to give me, and I'm thankful. But that doesn't take away from anybody, you know. Pero siempre me he sentido como ni de allá ni de acá, because people would be like, oh, why do you talk like that? It's like what? Well, wait, you think you're so proper because you go to a private school? It's like, what do you want me to do? Get out of the private?
How are you supposed to talk? You know.
How else am I supposed to talk? Like, what do you want me to say? How am I supposed to wear my shit? Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. No, I get it. But I get it because I mean, everybody. There's always gonna be somebody with less, and there's always gonna be somebody with more. You know, and it's like I've seen both. You know, and I've been in both. Gracias a mi familia too, to my parents. They worked hard. I might have not had everything that I wanted, but I had everything I needed. You know, I was talking that today with my cousin. He's a way older than me. And I was telling him, you know what? Gracias a Dios, like, I've always eaten what I wanted. You know, I've never, si se me antoja algo, I eat it. When I was young, if I wanted to eat something, it was there. I might not have had the best clothes, but I always had something to wear. You know, I always had somewhere to sleep, you know, in a bed with nice blankets. Not the fanciest, not the most poorest, but I understand what you mean, you know. Like there's nothing wrong with. This is where I go to, you know, where they say Chicanos are all like, we're portrayed in TV as cholos, you know.
Cholos or personas que no tienen nada, that like really broke, or you know.
Yeah, but
it's different for everybody.
Chicanos are lawyers, doctors. They go to school. They fight for. A lot of them were activists, you know, not just cholos, you know.
Absolutely.
So we could be anything, you know. We could be anything.
But even so, like even cholos and like people that, like, you know, everyone has something to bring to our table to make our culture so rich, and people can only wish to imitate that, and the people that do don't even understand how important it is to us, how special our culture is and our people. It's crazy.
Not that I'm bashing the cholos, because a lot of them are my friends. I have a lot of friends that you know, they hear this, they're gonna start talking smack. But not that I'm bashing nobody. I'm just trying to open up the mind that somos más, you know, somos más que, and who cares, you know. Qué bueno que you went to a private school, you know what I mean? It's different. I'm
grateful. I mean, my mom worked like 2 jobs to try to get me there. I mean, my life wasn't perfect. I went through my own stuff, and I hated high school, but seeing how much my mom worked for me to get there and for me to graduate from there and to have all the books, like to keep up with the kids there who actually did have money, that like means a lot, you know. That in itself was already like, okay, le tengo que echar ganas because my mom is doing all this stuff for me to get here. Like, it's not something to be like, oh yeah, you know, I went there. It's like, no, like I went there, but I was fortunate enough to have parents that like supported me in that sense, who were able to support me like that.
And that's good. Like, I'm not gonna try to make it about me, but I'm just trying to tell you I understand, because like, for example, like I went to construction. I worked all my life in construction, you know. I started from the bottom of the trenches, you know, for many years. But I always see, like, cuando entra alguien, like the parent brings them in, people always like, es el hijo del guy. Nomás porque I'm like, I
Porque
wish
su papi
my
lo
dad
metió.
brought
Yeah.
me in, you know?
I know.
I wish my dad brought me in. That way I could be like him. And later on, his dad's going to open up doors for him to be our boss one day, you know? I wish my dad did that for me. I wish I had that opportunity, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I understand where you're coming from and be proud of it. Yeah, be proud of it. It probably got you where you are right now, right?
Got me somewhere.
Yeah, got you where you're at right now. So, también we'll go back to we'll be hopping back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
I like I said, I just freestyle and then I feed off whatever we're talking about. But también, pues I do want to talk about your music because your music is dope, you know. Like I said.
Thank you.
Who do you listen to that inspires you, or where, especially when you're writing like the music you're writing right now?
Oh man, I listen to a lot. I can't pinpoint it. Like, I listen to a lot of different people. A lot of like even a lot of my own friends that are also writers. Not that I'm like copying off of them, but just it inspires me. Like I like doing my homework and listening to other people and being like, wow, like they kind of try to nitpick it and be like, how did they come up with that? Like, what is it that got them to that point? Or like, I don't know. I like a lot of 60s, 50s music. A lot of, I don't know, like, but I also like a lot of like modern retro things. So like this band called Fur, they're from England, but I don't know. I like the music. I like the fun stuff. I can't quite pinpoint it. I write what I write, but I also like to listen to other people. But at the same time, like it just kind of comes out of me.
Do you study anybody?
Do I study anybody? I study a lot of people. I
mean, besides your friends.
Yeah.
You know, I know you say you study your friends, but
Julio Jaramillo. Have you heard of Julio Jaramillo?
No. You're naming all that. You know what? That's good.
gosh.
You know what? That's good that you're naming all these people. You gotta send me a list because, like I said, I've been like, I need to listen to some new music. Cynthia sent me some new music and I've been checking it out. I was playing it at my mom's house the other day. She's like, ¿Qué estás oyendo? I was like, okay, when I put corridos, ¿qué estás oyendo? And this one had nothing but instrumental. She's like, ay, ¿qué estás oyendo? Esa música está rara. I'm like, okay.
Oh, ma.
I was like, nunca, mejor no pongo nada más. But I know my mom. I play around with her. But yeah, send me all those lists because I am in the mood to listen to new music.
Sure.
You know?
Julio Jaramillo es un artista que salió, creo, de la época de oro también. But the thing about him is he writes so poetically and so beautifully that it's like, I don't understand how fast he came up with this poetry. It's just so beautiful. His songs are so much pain and so much like description. Just beautiful.
So he's someone that you pay attention to a lot.
Yeah, Julio Jaramillo, a band called Fur from England.
Are they modern, Fur?
Yeah, Fur's a little more modern. But I really love Smokey Robinson. I love his voice. Yeah, I love the way he writes. Like there's a reason. Yes. There's a reason. I love Smokey Robinson. I don't know.
Finally, I recognize one, huh? Finally.
The Midnighters.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Midnighters.
Yeah. I love them. Just lots of.
You like
cool
Chicano
bands.
Batman?
Yeah.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I've heard of Chicano Batman, Tropa Mágica.
Tropa Mágica.
Have you heard of Tropa Mágica?
No.
Shout out to Renee. Yeah, Tropa Mágica.
Shout out to Renee. Yeah.
There used to be this band called La Chamba that I used to really like. They're more like cumbia peruana, creo. So it's like psychedelic cumbia kind of thing, but it's just so good.
Well, that's interesting. Hopefully, people start checking that music out too, and people that never heard that kind of music, those artists. Hopefully, they pick up on that stuff. And yeah, like I said, send me that stuff because I've been interested in listening to new stuff. Get out of the old.
Oh man, there's so much out there. Yeah. There's so. I mean, I would love to. If I could, I would be all over the place. There's so much out there. I'm just like, that exists? What? Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, there is definitely a lot of music.
Like, I can't believe it. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of different things. But, like, I'm trying to learn how to write differently, especially with this other band that I've joined called Oralia. Because... nosotros cantamos en español también, and that's something that I've been trying to do with the Mccharmlys, but I haven't quite been able to, because I've been really on this like certain hop, on this like style of like doo-wop and like Richie Valens kind of thing, you know. But with Oralia, it's more like I want to kind of come back to my roots and see where I'm at as far as like my Spanish goes, porque a veces se me bota la canica.
Y es como pegan. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of the ladies that are really up there sing Spanish, you know? Mm-hmm. Even if they're like Selena, Becky G.
And she mainly spoke English. Yeah, but
and that's how she made it, yeah.
I know.
And what's her name? Jenny Rivera, you know? They're from here. They spoke, you know, that's how they're legends, you know?
Yeah.
So who knows, you know? Maybe that could be a route for you to
I hope
pushing,
so.
You know?
I hope so.
You do have the voice. You do have the voice. You have that hard voice, like you just could feel it, you know.
It's a little raspy.
Tended. Yeah, that's what makes it good. You know, that's what gets me in my ear. Like, I could feel you singing it. You know.
Thank you.
That's the type of music I like, when you could feel the singer singing, like from the. I just could hear you, like not. I know you don't sound like that.
No, yeah, sound like
but
that.
But I could hear you, like I could hear you, and that's dope. How did you get into that style, like? Because, like that, because I know other people try to sing like with harmony. You get it, like
with harmonies. Well, I'm surrounded by talented people. I don't know, the guys that I play with also like to sing, and they're very talented. And I guess when I bring a song idea to the table, they're like, oh yeah, I can hear this a part of it, and they just kind of do their thing. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, it'd be cool if we had harmonies on this side, but for the most part, the boys kind of do their own thing and like put their own parts. As far as the raspiness goes, when I started taking singing lessons, because I like I told you, I was part of this kind of artist collective thing where they taught me how to do a couple things. My teacher would always be like, no, tú tienes una voz ronca. And I'm like, damn it. I was like, oh. He's like, you should sing songs more like Lola Beltran, more like Ana Gabriel. I was like, I was so disappointed.
And yeah, you remind me of Ana Gabriela too,
like,
you know?
No, I don't want to sing like them. I'm like, no. But he's like, no, sí, mija. Así es tu voz. I'm like, damn. Because I always thought that was like, oh, I sound like a boy. I sound very like, I have a very deep voice. And I'm just going to sound like a boy. But, you know, I used to be in this other all-girl band. I was kind of like doing some punk bands kind of stuff.
Okay.
And that kind of opened me up as far as like being a little rowdy. So I was able to like scream and get crazy in front of the mic, and that kind of taught me how to loosen up that growl that I have. And I've learned little by little how to work with it and how to incorporate it into the songs that I've been writing, and how to like reel it in and kind of, you know, just how to properly use it without overdoing it, which is very hard sometimes, but equally fun. Yeah.
And how's the performing scene? Like doing it in front of people. Have you been doing that for a long time?
It's fun. Yeah. I've been performing
since.
Well,
you were 21.
Yeah.
Last year?
Since I've been performing for a long time. I used to do commercials. I've never been a shy kid. I've always been like, I'm gonna do this, and this. You know, I was fortunate enough to have parents that were like, okay, the only ultimatum is you cannot quit. That was the only thing. It's like, you can do whatever you want. We'll go ahead and like help you to get there, but you cannot quit. I was like, okay. And it was hard because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, but there's no quitting. So I'm like, okay. I've been performing for a long time. It's just I can't help it. I'm a weirdo. I like to move around, get crazy with it. Yeah, like I said,
you're just active.
It's just something that I like to do. Just something that I enjoy. Whenever I get up on stage and I see people vibing with me, it's like, yeah, you know, just kind of gives me the fuel I need to take it on, to have fun. Yeah.
What's the biggest crowd you've gotten, or show you've done?
The biggest show I've done. I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't think I've had it. Oh. You know what? Yes, we performed at the Telegram in Los Angeles. So we got invited by the Delta Bombers, which is a rockabilly band, like this like rock and roll rockabilly blues band. They're awesome. I love those guys. But we performed with them at Alex's Bar, and I guess which is located in Long Beach. And after that show, I guess they really liked our music, and they're like, "Hey, you should come play with us at our record release show." That was our biggest show. I think that was, I don't know, around
Like the Mccharmlys?
300, 400 people. Yeah.
I said it right this time.
Yeah, it was a big crowd. It was a big crowd. I think our second biggest show would be our own record release show, which was held in March, like March 17th, I believe. We had around 200 people, which is kind of small, but we're getting there. For us, that's pretty big.
Well, I wish I knew you a little before. I would have been there.
Yeah, dang it.
It's yeah, I'm really excited. I'm real happy for you. I'm real happy for your band.
Thank you.
I hope you guys keep building, you know.
I hope so too. We have a lot of things that we're working on. I think it's very beautiful to hear that people also like it, because I don't know, like, I started off as a photographer in the scene because I had I still kind of do sometimes, very low self-confidence. Like I didn't feel like I had what it takes to be up on that stage and to show people that I can play, or that
and
I
why
can
is
do
that?
something. I don't know. It was just kind of like, nah, I can't do that. Like, nah, because then people are going to look at me weird. Because here's this, like, little short girl just being all, you know? It's like, nah, that's going to be weird. But the more people that I showed my songs to, they were like, you should play this live. No, you should play this live. I'll be in your band. I'm like, okay. Oh, nice. So it kind of just formed like that. I just slowly started to share my music with people, and people were like, dude, that's really cool. You should play. So shout out to all my friends and everybody that I've ever been vulnerable enough to show my music with, because they're the ones who gave me the fuel to come out with my music.
And that's dope to have people like that, you know, because it is hard. I mean, I write raps too, you know. That's why I talk a lot. That's how I grew up with people that like rap. So I remember me and my friends started rapping. I'm a shy guy too, but I performed once or twice for like maybe 2 people, but just play. But yeah, what we did do a lot was like freestyle in front of people. Like,
that's hard.
Not at a show, yeah. But I learned to come. I'm just like, just do it, you know, in front of people. And I'm not a freestyler. Mm-hmm. I just like, okay, I feel good right now. I had a few beers. Let's just do it. However I sound, I'm a sound.
Yeah.
But that built, like, now I'm not shy. You know, obviously it has to be the right environment too. Like now I'd be all shy, but
spit some bars. I was kidding.
Which I suck. I like writing music too, but it helped me build that confidence where if someone tells me, let's bust a rap, you know, I'll do it, you know, even if I mess up a lot. But yeah, it's the friends that really help us out, I guess, at the end of the day, you know.
I have a friend actually who he recently instilled something in my brain. It's just kind of been stuck in my head since he said it. He'll be like, just do it. And I'm like, no, I'm scared. He's like, do it scared then.
Do your parents? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. But that's just, you know, just something that I wanted to share. It's like, even if you're scared, just do it. Yeah. Especially if you love it, just do it.
Because, yeah, that's all you need to do. Take the step.
If you're scared, do it scared.
Yeah.
Do it shy. Just do it.
And you'll get better at it. You'll get less scared as you go, right?
Yeah.
Do your parents go to your shows?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm so lucky to have my parents to support me. So I have a stepdad, and I have you know, who raised me, and then I've recently been in contact with my biological father, who has also been equally as cool with me. And like, I don't have any like hate towards anybody. You know, whatever happened in the past happened in the past. And it wasn't even my fault, so it doesn't matter. But between my 3 parents, so my mom and my 2 dads, they've all been very supportive of me, like buying my records and going to shows. So my tia and my tío from my biological dad's side came to that show at the Telegram, the Delta Bomber show. And it was beautiful because my tío was like sneaking in all these like little botellitas. Oh, yeah? I'm like, tío, what are you doing? He's like, mija, toma, mija, ya ves que si pensé en ti. I'm like, tío, let me have some of that.
Get ready, huh? Pretty much.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, that's cool. And you said you're a single, only child, huh?
I'm an only child. I was raised as an only child, but from my biological dad's side, I have 2 half brothers.
Oh, okay.
So I try not to bug them too much because, you know, they have their own lives.
Are they older?
No, they're younger. Yeah, they're
okay.
younger. I think My my oldest brother is gonna be 21 in August. Well, they're both gonna be.
So you're only a year older than him.
Yeah. Let's say that. Yes. Yes, I'm a year older.
And your sister, the other one?
I don't have a sister.
Oh, you said you have two brothers.
Two brothers, yeah. I have, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Two half
I mean, I get it too. I mean, I grew up just with my sister. I have a half brother and a half sister.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little older. I kind of talk to one of them, my sister, a little better than I do my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up with my younger sister, that I actually lived at home with. Nice. But I know how it is with it. I didn't grow up with them, so sometimes it's hard to call them. But luckily, with my sister, once in a while we'll hit each other up. She'll hit me up, vice versa. So it's cool. It's like we have an extended family, you know. So actually, I saw her 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
I think I'm a little more wild than they are. Yeah. But
well, yeah, you got kicked out of school.
I do my best. I do my best to be like, "What's up? What are you doing? All right, cool. I'm picking you up for your birthday. All right."
Nice.
He's like, "We'll see." I'm like, "Bet."
And they live locally?
No, they live in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all from, like Compton area, Linwood. So that's where I was born. I was born in Linwood, Los Angeles. Okay. So all my family is kind of like Compton, Linwood area.
Like I know a lot of, that's what I'm saying. It surprised me when I saw that you guys are from Santana or based out of Santana, because I do know there's a lot of that style in LA, you know, because a lot of everything big is usually from LA, you know. So that's why I was like surprised or kind of like, yeah, cool that they're from right here.
You know what? That's kind of not true, because I feel like
I really don't know that.
I've met a lot of people that you see in LA, but they're not from LA. They're from like OC, and it always surprises me because they like dress all a certain way, and then you see them like down the street, and you're like, what are you doing here? Like, I live here. It's verdad.
I get it. Yeah, well, they try to claim LA to get that extra boost, I get, right?
No, there's not a reason to be shy to rap where you're from.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta be where you're from, no matter what.
Yeah.
Do you listen to like funk music or stuff like that?
I kind of dabble in it. I'm a fan of like Funk Freaks here in Santana, and like everything they got going on. To be quite honest, it's something that I just stumbled upon. That I was like, damn, this is cool. But
that's what I grew up on too, like funk.
Funk is cool.
Like What do you got going on right now in regards to like your music? Oh wait, actually, I just keep. What do you take photos of? Because you're a photographer and a videographer. How does that come to play? Like, what do you?
Well, right now for work, I do products. So I take photos of like whatever products my company creates. So my company is like an all natural. They make like syrups that are all natural, food colorings that are all natural. So it's like teas for your throat, for your stomach, for like different things. But yeah, so I just get a lot of products, and hey, we want you to create a scene that looks like you're drinking it on a hot summer day. All right. Oh, okay. So I set up the lighting. I like pick the products. I set it up. So that's what I do.
So more like media.
More like media. But if it were up to me, I love people's faces. I love like seeing people in action. Yeah. So that's why I took up like band photography or just photos of people, because I like studying people and seeing how they work, and it's just interesting to me. But yeah.
Well, it seems like I said, it seems like you're busy, and that's good. Multi-talented. What about video? Same thing, right? When you say videographer, it's based on
videos. It's pretty much the same thing, except it's just moving, just 24.
Yeah.
24. Yeah.
But you don't really do like the street stuff, pretty much.
Not so much, and mainly it's because I'm not even out in the street. I'm usually busy.
Or family pictures type stuff.
I can if somebody wants me to do it, but it's not like my favorite thing. But I'll do it. Oh, okay. Like my friend's actually getting married this Friday, and I'm gonna go photograph his wedding.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, like I said, you seem busy.
I am. I am for sure.
Yeah, and what else you got going on right now in regards to your music? Besides, I know you said you got 2 bands. That you play for 2 bands. What was the second one?
Oralia,
and that's a Spanish type band, right?
Yeah, somewhat. It's
all
like
women or no?
No, this is a bossy jazz indie band. So I actually joined their band. They used to be called the Tritones, and then they didn't have a solid singer yet, And so I really liked their music, and I was like, yo, let me know if you guys need a singer. I really like your style. I feel like I could do something with it. And they were kind of like, well, we'd like to do something different. Like, we'd like to do more like bolero glam. Like, hay un artista que se llama Daniel Me Está Matando. That's that style, like bolero glam. And it's beautiful. It's been such a beautiful connection. So I guess to answer your question, as like what I'm doing right now is I am currently writing an album with them.
Oh, okay.
Aside from, writing for the Mccharmlys, because I do that like 24/7. But with Oralia, it's like I really have to sit down and think about the lyrics that I'm going to write, because son en español. Oh, okay. And it's a different language.
I want to hear that.
Something I was raised with, but still, like, thinking about smart ways to say what I'm going to say without saying it en español, it's a little hard. And it's hard because it's different. It's hard to be smart in Spanish, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, because I do write raps in Spanish, so I know what you're trying to say.
You have to figure out a way to, like, articulate things without being too obvious, like, voy al baño a bañarme, like, you have to say it, like, just figuring out smart ways to go about it without saying it.
Because I do, when I write rhymes, okay, for example, like, I try to mix it up. Mm-hmm. Like, people say cream, I don't know if you heard of that term, trying to make some cream.
Yeah.
Money. I'll switch it up, like, quiero ser crema, like, where it sounds cool, and it's like, oh, I've never really heard somebody say crema, in Spanish, in rapping in English. But I get it what you mean. It's harder, well, porque yo también, technically my first language is Spanish, es lo que mis papás me enseñaron, a hablar español, no inglés.
Yeah.
Ya yo aprendí eso acá en la escuela y todo.
Exactly what I'm getting to is that, because that was my first language as well. Era puro español, because my mom was an immigrant, my dad is an immigrant as well. So así me enseñaron. But once you get into the public school system and you're raised here, it's all English.
Yeah.
Y más in like private schools, it's like you're in school with a bunch of people that come from money and speak
more English
properly, or like a certain way, and you start to pick it up.
Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
I just came back from la Ciudad de Mexico, el Distrito Federal.
Nice.
I love it there. It's beautiful.
Been on there once, or?
No, I've been there like 2 times, 3 times.
Nice.
Y Guadalajara like 5 times.
Nice.
I would love to go to Nayarit though.
You never been to Nayarit?
No, that's one place I really.
That's where your dad's from, right?
That's where my
biological dad, or oh, okay.
Yeah, my biological dad is from Tepic.
Oh, okay.
Somos Huichol.
Tepic. I think I have one of my cousin's husbands is from Tepic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is that borderline with Sinaloa? I don't know if you know.
No sé, de veras no sé para decirte.
In Guadalajara, it's the city or like ranchos, outskirts?
Both, yeah.
Your stepdad, where's he from?
My stepdad, él también es de Guadalajara. Yeah.
I've been to Guadalajara. It's nice.
It's gorgeous. There's so much richness there.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Y la comida ni se diga.
Oh, no. And it's clean, and surprises me, because it's like, I went maybe like...
Depends where you go.
3 years ago. Well, at least the city of Guadalajara,
Yeah.
It's like, I compare it to LA, because I used to work a lot in LA, and it's like, LA is a rich city, and it's in the U.S. And then you go to Guadalajara, where Mexico's poor and dirty, and it's like, I don't even see homeless here,
It's
like,
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
The people are beautiful too. I'm like, wow. La gente de allá como que aprecia mucho más todo. Like, they care about other people. They like to say hello. They're not like all rude. It's just, it's so different. It's so different. Everything, like the people, the food, el ambiente, just everything.
Like, my family's from Michoacán, Michigan, so it's close to Guadalajara, not that far. Jalisco, at least, border state. Yeah. So I've been to Guadalajara.
Nice.
And what did you like from El DF? What's like the most? Everything?
Well, I was kind of seeing someone who had family from El Distrito Federal. But I love the colors. Like Xochimilco, I love Xochimilco. Being on the boats there is just such a beautiful experience. Ahí en el río, to see la isla de las muñecas and all that. It's just beautiful. The family that I got to meet over there was absolutely wonderful to me, and it was just overall a beautiful experience. And they're not my family per se, but they treated me very well. And that really helped me enjoy my time there.
That's good. That's good. I've been there once. I have family in Michoacan, but I've been there once. I don't really. They're my dad's side of the family, and we're never really close. So it's like, I don't really hit them up, you know. It's kind of. But I've been there once with them, and it was super, super fun.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, talking about that, I mean, if you want to get into it, because you were saying your album, because like I said, I felt it, and I was like, I wonder if this is like her own stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it like your music is, I just don't know how to say it, but like, were you going through like a heartbreak?
I went through an abuse.
Oh shoot!
I went through a very horrible abuse, and
if you don't mind talking about it, you know, that way, because maybe somebody else can pick up from that, you know.
Yeah, no, I'd love to talk about it. I was in a relationship with somebody who was extremely abusive to me, both physically, emotionally. Like, I still have a scar on my hand, and my hand has never been the same since then. But this really messed me up.
Was it this guy that you went to Mexico with?
No,
okay.
No, it was actually somebody else. But yeah, this guy just really wrecked me and put me in a very dark place that I've never been to before, that I've never seen before. And it was new to me because I've never been anybody to date around very often. So when I give my heart to somebody, I like really give it to that one person. And this person basically just didn't care for me at all, no matter how much, just sucked me dry. Like, I gave him my money, gave him my time, would drive very far to come see him. I bought him a bass he was also another musician, to like him to continue his career. And at the end of the day, like, no one believed me about what happened, even though I was like bleeding from my hands, even though I went through a lot of stuff. And once I got out of that relationship, once I was able to wiggle out of that relationship, because even when I said I was done, this person would figure out ways to say I'm sorry. So like, I only got flowers when something really bad happened. And that was kind of the similar situation with this guy that I'm not seeing anymore. But, you know, the second time around, I got a little smarter versus the first time. But the first time really hurt me really, really, really bad. And
how long did that last?
Like the relationship, or how long ago was it?
The relationship.
The relationship lasted about, it was like the longest, like a year and a half, maybe. The longest year and a half of my life. It felt like a lot longer than that, because like I said, I really, really like gave myself to this person. And I had never been with anybody as like intense like this. Like another musician that I genuinely like, I adored this person. And he would be like really, really, really sweet to me, and then be really, really, really awful to me. So there was never any like happy mediums. And that's where VHS kind of came out of. Like, VHS is a song that goes, things just ain't easy. So that's like a prime example of like, I just don't want to fight anymore, you know, like I just want to chill with you. But that never happened. So a lot of manipulation, a lot of gaslighting, a lot of like physical hurt, physical pain, things broken. Just my life, like, I didn't know what to do with myself.
Did you live with him?
No, thankfully. Thankfully, no. I lived with my last ex, but you know, like I said, I got smarter the second time around. But yeah, it was just bad. But I guess I was feeling a lot, and I just put it into song. I put it into words, and there's a lot of lyrics within this album that kind of keep me going. Like Awful Thing has something about knowing your self-worth. So like, there's where I talk about like, you don't deserve me in my Sunday best. Like, nah, you know,
I really like that song.
Thank you.
That
was a throwaway song. The boys didn't want to do it, but I was like, nah, let's do it.
I really like that song.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, that's definitely about, you know, like knowing your self-worth, and like, I don't like that you do this and this and this, but like, I really love what's underneath, you know, like the way you are when it's just us two, when I get to really like see you for who you are. But at the same time, when I see you for who you are, it's not like you're a mess, and that, you know, that makes me really sad. Like,
Yeah.
I'm depressed.
Yeah, I bet it's hard, and I'm sorry to hear that. How did you? I mean, because there's a lot of people that go through that stuff, you know, and how did you get out of it, you know? Because people get stuck in it, you know?
Man, I don't know. It's been years. It's been years since I've been in that relationship.
Yeah.
And
You were younger, obviously.
I was younger. Yeah. I was really 21 then.
20?
I was like 20,
That was when I was
22
20.
maybe. 20.
Mhm.
But I didn't even know how to pull myself out of that. And I think it took me like 3-4 years. And even still now, sometimes I'm like, dang, like, am I okay? Have I really like moved past that? And like another reason why I broke up with my last ex is because he would do things like that where it's like, well, you love that person more. It's like, what? Like, why would you bring that up? Why would you think, you know, like I worked so hard on myself and so hard to let go and like allow you into my life despite all that's happened. So it just doesn't make sense to me, you know?
Is it hard for you to get in a relationship now, as of now?
It is definitely hard for me to be trusting. Like,
Okay.
I kind of don't believe in love anymore. I am really like, I just feel like I'm alone oftentimes. And even if I do, like, even if I am sort of seeing someone or whatever the situation may be, I'm not fully.
You don't throw yourself in all the way.
No, I'm like, there's a part of me that's very hesitant because, like I said, when I love 100%, and that's so vulnerable because some people just don't know how to treat that and how to respect that, and some people just take that for granted. And so I don't know, I guess a part of me really wants to make sure that like I'm being valued.
Yeah, because it's hard. I mean, I get it. It's hard. Our relationships are hard. You know, it's especially for women. You know, for girls, because everybody is different. Men are different to some extent. You know, and some men are more tougher, I guess, or want to act tough, or some. I don't know. It's just. I guess it's. I don't really know too much about all that stuff neither, but I get it. A lot of guys can be pretty stubborn, you know what I mean? And it's kind of hard. I don't know if that's just men or whatnot, you know? And girls do tend to love more than the guys do.
You'd be surprised. I feel like a lot of men that I've come across are very vulnerable, actually, like very childlike and very deeply, like, I don't know, just easily hurt as well.
Well, yeah,
but they just don't show it. They're just very
that's
more
where
like,
we're stubborn. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're stubborn. We don't show it.
Like, I see you. I see you.
Because we all are. I get emotional, but it's just hard for me to, like, you won't see me like crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just I'll do something else that'll, I guess,
That's
show
tough.
something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To fight that instead of being. But you know, we live and we learn. You know, and hopefully one day, you know, you meet somebody that treats you for how you want to be treated. You know.
We'll see.
Don't give up on love. I mean, it'll come when it comes, you know. No rush. But so that helped a lot, though, in your music, right?
Absolutely. Which is kind of silly because that's not something that I really want to base my music off of.
Yeah.
Like, which brings me back to like with this band Oralia that I'm currently writing with. Not only am I writing in Spanish, which is another difficult task, but I'm also now starting to explore different avenues. So like, we're gonna be releasing a song called Bossa Culebra pretty soon. And this song is very special to me because it's a very hopeful song. It's about, you know, my ex and I went to a pet store and we saw this culebra and I was like, oh, look at it, so cute, just chilling there, just, you know. And I was like, dang, he's really chilling, like nothing bugs him, nothing like hurts him or make, you know, like. So the song is kind of based on like how, like, teach me how to be like you, like calm and collected and like find peace in such a chaotic world, you know.
Because that's what we're all looking for.
Exactly. Like, help me understand how you are. How is it that you can handle everything so calmly and just, you know, be in your little ramita, all calm and chill, like happy.
So that music will be more upbeat. Is that more, not upbeat, but more obviously different than what you're doing right now?
It's very different than what I'm doing with the Mccharmlys. The Mccharmlys is like, that is I mean, even with the Mccharmlys, I'm with both bands, I'm exploring different avenues. Like now with the Mccharmlys, I don't have that much hurt and pain anymore, mainly because I'm single and I'm by myself. But I do like to like detach myself and sometimes try to write about different events. Maybe not events that happen to me, but in the eyes of like another person, and just through my perspective. So I'm trying.
That's part of music. You have to adapt, change.
It's not always about love.
Where your environment is at the same time, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's how I base my raps too. You know, it's like I kind of write what I'm going through or what I'm thinking at the moment, but you're not always thinking that same thing, you know? So it's the same thing. You're not always in love. You're not always mad. You're not always angry. Yeah. You're not always happy. You're not always going through that. So you're not always going through that. So just go with the moment, right? That's what you mean by changing it up. Right?
Yeah, changing it up. Yeah, just kind of, I don't know, like picking a topic and being like, okay, you know what? I'm going to figure out a way where I can write about this. Something else, something completely different. Nothing about my feelings or even if I do, like, I just think it's important to write. If you're a person that likes to create something, just write for the sake of writing.
Is it like a stress reliever for you?
Sometimes.
It is like therapy, right?
It's like therapy. It's like a way of saying all the things I want to say. I write about a lot of different things, some embarrassing things, some very intimate things, and I just like to spew it all out on a piece of paper. And I don't quite share it all, but it's just like a nice way of like, I don't know, if I want to talk about it, like that's my way of talking about it. Yeah.
And not everything you actually record, right? Not everything you actually practice.
No.
Not everything. Yeah. And except the ones you really like, okay, maybe, right?
Except the ones that I feel are like suitable.
Okay, let me ask this: how do you write to music? Because I have the rap beat here, you know, or in my phone or in my headphones. How do you write to a song that's not really there? How do you come up with all that? Like, who comes up with all that?
I come up with most of the music for the Mccharmlys, so I don't know.
Even the sounds, like the instrumentals.
I write the like skeleton of it, and then everybody else kind of puts in their input. Unless I have a very specific like thing that I'm listening, that I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if you did like this at this part, you know. But like Love, you know how it goes, like that kind of stuff was something that I heard that I was like, David, it would be so cool if at this point you were like, you know. So that's like an example of something that I would do, but.
Sounded like Batman for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just pick up a guitar and I start playing chords that I like. I like playing a lot of weird chords, so like diminished chords, and somehow incorporating that into the music. With Oralia, it's very different. They actually write the music. So they come up with a song with no lyrics.
So you're the big boss in the Charmlys.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a big dog in the Mccharmlys. Yeah, and with Oralia, my friend Mario would be the guy who mainly comes up with progressions or a riff or something. He'd be like, check this out, I wrote this today, what do you think? And I'll listen to it and I'll be like, okay, I have something for it. Boom. Here's what I did with it. So Bossa Culebra, which is going to be coming out very soon, is a perfect example.
It's already written and recorded?
Already written and recorded. I'll show it to you after this if you'd like, if you're interested. But
It's in your CD or?
It's right here on my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's right here.
Nobody has CDs no more, huh?
Nobody has CDs anymore. Well, I mean, I still carry CDs. Yeah. But it's been recorded. It's done. That's an example of a song that someone else wrote, like musically, and then I just came in and wrote the lyrics for it. So with Oralia, that's the kind of connection we have. They have lots of songs, lots of music, but no lyrics. So that's where I come in. I just write the lyrics to it. Nice.
So you ride the wave. Which is good, right? Because at the same, it makes your job easier, pretty much.
Yeah, I just let them decide like what they want it to sound like, and then I go from there.
Do they write the topic? Do they tell you the topic?
No.
Kind of like, so you.
I run with it.
You write the topic.
Yeah, I write the topic. I just run with it.
And what kind of music you said that kind of is? What would you call it?
Oralia is more like bossa, jazz, bossa nova, indie, glam kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Nice. Yeah, I want to definitely check that music out too. Like and whenever you do perform, send me a message and para allá vamos.
We're performing in San Diego Monday.
Oh, this Monday.
This Monday.
Is it a holiday?
July 4th is a holiday.
This it's already July 4th this weekend.
Yeah, so July 3rd. I know it goes by so fast. July 3rd is a Monday, but Tuesday is July 4th. But July 3rd, we're gonna be in San Diego. We're gonna be performing 3 times in that same city.
Wow, in the same day.
Same day. So we're gonna be at Border X Brewing, which is kind of located in Barrio Logan. Have you been to Barrio Logan?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
So we're going to be there. And then around 9, we're going to be at the 7 Grand in San Diego, which is more like a whiskey bar. I'm really excited for that show. I'm excited for like all the shows, but definitely the whiskey bar for sure.
You know what? Shoot me some information on that.
Yeah.
I might tell a couple guys, let's go over there.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
Nice. I want to check it out. It's because I like live music too. I like live. And I used to be, it doesn't look like it, but I used to go, my friend had a band back in the day called Over the Counter Intelligence. You never heard of them?
Cool. No, never heard. I like the name though.
Of Dead Hummingbirds?
No,
never?
That's cool though.
So
Over the Counter Intelligence.
Yeah. They used to take us to their, I was young, they used to take us to their shows and we just mosh pit with everybody.
Cool.
It was cool. So, I mean, that's where I learned how to like rock music and stuff like that, I'm like, and then seeing it live, it's different. I really like it. And then hearing actual instruments is always dope, it's because I go to rap shows, but they don't really have instruments, so it's always different.
I encourage all people, like if you like a certain song that you hear on the radio and it's all like electronic or just has a different style to it, like look it up and see how they do it live, because it's so cool and so different how they actually bring it to life, like live, like in person.
How do you prepare yourself when you're gonna do a show? Do you have a ritual, like a type of preparation?
Lately, thanks to my friend Archie, I've been a little bit more. Yeah, I've started to kind of prepare myself with some hot tea, with some throat coat tea, and I've started to warm up, like my vocals, rather than just stepping up to the mic and just going at it, because I don't want to lose my voice, and your voice is another instrument. So I've tried to be a little bit more careful with it and how I warm it up and how I do things. So yeah, I kind of have this like tradition now that I drink my tea, I do my warm-ups, I try to like breathe, do a little bit of meditation, and then
you don't take like honey.
I have
actual honey.
I have a spray that I actually use that's like non-alcoholic spray that I just kind of spray a little bit, and it kind of helps me warm up my voice a little bit more.
Have you lost your voice?
Yeah.
Many times?
Yeah. Well, I've been on tour before. I went to Europe a little while ago, and
you played over there with what band?
I played in another band. I used to play in a band called Lost Cat, which was an all-female band. I'm no longer with them.
The punk one, you said?
Yeah, they were more punk. But we went to Europe, and of course I was going to lose my voice because I was screaming into a mic. It was a beautiful experience, but yeah, it was just I kind of learned a lot doing that, and that was like, okay, I need to be more strategic about the way I use this voice. I need to be careful, Yeah. Because I don't want to lose it.
Well, yeah, you've had some good experiences too. I mean, your voice has taken you.
I'm so thankful.
To seeing different things, yeah.
I'm so grateful.
That's cool, and I'm happy for you, because not everybody could say that. I went to Europe to go sing, That's dope. But like I have a cousin that went, but he went to go work, he's over there. But like you want to go sing over there,
I went to go do Europe. The thing that I love the most.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. So you're playing in San Diego, and what do you got after that so far?
Let's see, we're playing in San Diego, and then July 29th, we're playing at Alex's Bar again in Long Beach. We're playing with the homies from 3LH, and they're from Garden Grove, but they rep Santa Ana.
Oh, okay.
They're really cool too. They're more like surf rock-ish, maybe. So they got that like vintage vibe thing going, but also very like Green Day inspired-ish.
Oh, okay.
So they're cool. And then after that, we're playing, I believe, September 9th at the Garden Grove Amphitheater. We're going to be supporting...
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of Bite Me Bambi?
No.
That's like a ska band.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really excited to be backing them up.
Ska music. I've heard... One of my friends introduced me. He's like, are they Spanish? Ska Spanish?
I don't think so. I think there's some ska music like Ocho Calacas and like Sectacore.
I think my friend introduced me to ska music. I just never got it.
It's like badass.
Got like into like I never looked it up. I just heard it. He kept saying this is ska music. This is ska, and I'm like, okay, cool.
It's so cool.
Is it?
It's so freaking cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta check all that out. Like I said, I gotta. I wanna start listening to new music. So.
Especially if you like música latina, like Secta Core and like Ocho Calacas, like so.
Yeah, I gotta check them out.
Wow.
So, cuando tengas chance, me
Secta
mandas
Core.
una lista.
Yeah.
Hay que tengas chance.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. I want to thank you again, you know, for coming by. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your time. I would like to go, you know, I'd like to keep going, but sometimes my camera dies too. So
All good.
I would want to eventually, you know, maybe in the near future again, do this, you know,
Yeah.
re-invite you and
Hopefully with the crew, because
oh,
they got
for
lots
sure.
of things to say
For
too.
sure, también. And hopefully, maybe by then I'll have something bigger.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to some people about some office space and stuff like that. So maybe by then, this is just kind of like, just to keep it going, you know.
Nice.
But I want to thank you for coming by. I do tell people if there's anything you want to say to any young ladies, any man, boys, girls, like a message you would want to send out of inspiration, you know.
A few things. Number 1, don't give up. Number 2, if you're scared, do it scared. That is, I cannot stress that enough. Like, if you're scared, at least do it scared. Because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Point blank. Like, you're the only one that's standing in the way of you doing what you truly want to do, and you're the only person that can make it happen. And that's it. Like, people can help you along the way, but it's you that needs to put in the work. That's all.
That's it. And that's true, right? Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else has to be there, will be there. It's all on you.
Yeah.
You want to do it. Any shout outs you want to?
Shout out to toda mi gente aquí en Santana. All my friends, everybody who has been listening to our album, who constantly messages us and comes to all of our shows. Just, I am so grateful to everybody who's listened, who feels the same way that we do about it. Just, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Real
so
good
much.
music. Check them out. Check her out. Check her band out. Her other bands that she's working with. The Mccharmlys. Really nice music. I really like it. You know, I'm happy I heard that music. Anywhere they could follow you?
Yeah. If you got Instagram, follow us on @the_Mccharmlys_. And if you want to check out my other band, Oralia, which is more jazzy, bossa nova, indie stuff, we are called Oralia.mp4. And you can find our music on Spotify.
Nice.
Find us on YouTube. Just type in our name, the Mccharmlys, and you'll find all that there.
Yeah, and you heard her. She's going to be in San Diego the 3rd?
Come hang. Yeah, July 3rd.
The 3rd, and in Long Beach, what day?
July 29th.
29th, and the amphitheater when?
Garden Grove, September 9th.
Okay, that one's right here, so
You gotta come.
we gotta go.
Yeah.
Go check it out. They could find all that information in your Instagram.
If you follow us on Instagram, you'll find the link to our website. You can find all our dates listed on there as far as like where we're gonna be, at what day we're gonna be. So yeah, just follow us.
Go support your gente right here. They're local from Santana. If you're from Orange County, es lo mismo. You know, let's all help each other out. Go check out our music. Maybe one day we'll see her singing in La Azteca, you know.
Ojalá.
Maybe one day, you know, and help support and go check her music out. Go check her band out. Very dope music.
Gracias.
Thank you, and thank you once again for coming by, Angelica. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Peace.